It's just probably our communication. As I said, after one of the losses we had, we got to communicate better on the defensive end of the floor. Right now, the tough part is coaches have to shuffle lineups, and we cannot get to any consistency in our lineups, and we can't get no consistency in our defensive scheme and what we're trying to do, and everyone comfortable with each other. And that's what we're talking about, it's what we're communicating about, is how can we make it easier on the bigs and the guards to know exactly what's going on. But outside of that, we got to communicate. It's a lot of new guys, it's a lot of new voices that's not being heard right now. And we got to get to that point where guys feel comfortable enough communicating with each other, talking to each other, yelling at each other in a good way, in a positive way, so we can get better on the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, we know we need to make more shots. We know it's at times we need to move the ball better, but we're not going to win if we don't stop anybody.
Are the game films starting to run together? Do they look alike on the defensive mistakes?
Yeah. Well, they look alike because other teams are making a lot of shots, open. They like shooting like 90% open shots, and they're shooting about 70% on contested shots. That's what it feels like. Teams are playing very well, playing very confident. They're making shots, but outside of what they're doing an amazing job. We have a long way to go defensively. If we was at our best defensively and they was tagging us like this, then it'd be red alert. Right now, as we said, we got to continue to get our coverages down, our communication down, and that's just in the half court. That ain't even talking about transition, which last night we gave up, I think, 30 points of transition. Nowadays, transition, the way the game is and how guys are shooting, that number is, whatever. But so we got to continue to get that and continue to get better at it. We did feel by watching the film and even playing the game, and it's tough when you're losing. You want it to happen now, especially when you're the Cavs. It needs to happen now. But we did feel that we made steps, and that's what we want to do. But we want to make a few bigger steps than we did last night.
How do you avoid, though, getting down when you make steps and you still, it was ugly?
Yeah, 8 games into the season. No one in here is a rookie. Everyone in here has been through. A lot of guys have been through the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows. So it's frustrating. When you're going through it, no one is more frustrated than you on the inside. No one food doesn't taste as good as yours. We have to continue to understand that we're going to get out of this together. And this is going to be a distant memory at one point, but right now we in it, and we have to figure it out. And I think we will. Communication, coming in every day with a fresh mind, with an open mind, to listen to the coaches, to listen to each other. It steps in the right direction.
Where you're at right now as a team, what challenges to Washington present?
Right where we at right now, everybody presents a challenge. So it ain't even about what Washington does. They're good, but right now everybody's good. We lost 4 straight games to teams that that we shouldn't have lost to, like I keep saying, at home. So honestly, it's not really about the opponent right now. It's and that's not in a cocky way at all, because we're 3-5. We can't be cocky. But we definitely, it's about us, and it's about getting to our defensive game. It's about getting better at our offensive game. Right now, defensively we're not there, and we're not outscoring people. I've played against the Cavs before. I've seen them go through these lows, but one thing they did better than we doing this year, they scored the basketball. So they outscored a lot of people. It wasn't amazing defensively, but they outscored you. And right now, we're not outscoring you, and we're not stopping you. So we got to do one or the other, and we got to figure that out pretty quickly.
How, if at all, are the struggles defensively carrying over to offense?
Well, it's frustrating. Anytime the ball is going through the basket all the time, we giving, I don't know the numbers you guys probably do, but we're giving up high hundreds. And this right here, when your head go like this, when they hit 3 threes in a row. Right now, we're talking about it. It's incredible what's going on in this league right now. The way guys are making shots, the way these teams are shooting, I've never seen this before in my 15 years. So, you make a run, you get it within 2, and then you miss a couple shots in a row, you're down 9 like this. And this is, and that head goes down, and it's frustrating, especially when you're trying to get a win. You're trying to get a win, you start off a game, you're down 10. It's frustrating. But we got to continue to keep pushing, we got to continue to keep going, because, like I said, only way we're going to get out of this is we're going to get out of this together. And it'll probably get harder before it get easier, but it will get easier.
Dwyane, should anything be made out of the fact that these problems were not existent starting those
No.
first 2 games? overall, though, that lineup, I mean, these problems, I'm not saying that your departure is why, but it was you and Jay and LeBron and Derek and Kevin. You won 2 games, kept both teams under 100. Nobody was talking about being too slow. Like, how did you get to this point?
I don't know. I wish I had that answer. I really do, but I don't. Only answer I can try to give you is the ones I've been saying. We just all got to do better. You know, individually, you know, my job is just to try to be a positive when I'm on the floor, when I'm in that starting group, or when I'm coming off the bench. I mean, my role here is totally different than I've ever had, and that's my goal, just to try to be a positive for the team. But the starting unit, a couple guys have played together. They have some continuity, and offensively they haven't done that bad lately. It's just defensively, and we can all pull out clips where we've all done bad. So whether you're in the starting unit, the second unit, we've all have our share in these losses. So I don't make nothing of the 2-on-1 start when I was in the lineup.
You've been through so many different things, and every situation is different. But can you speak to the mental challenge of trying to go to the finals for the 4th straight time?
Tough, man. It was, and I always say this, maybe behind closed doors. I don't know if I would say it to the media, but that last year in Miami when we went to the final, I don't know how we made it. As a team, we was kind of like this. It was worse because we were new guys. It was guys that have been around each other 4 years in a row. So your jokes wasn't funny no more to other guys. You know, when you walked in, it wasn't a big smile no more. Guys was just over you. It's like being in a bad marriage. But we somehow made it to the finals, and Indiana should have beat us that year. But you know, we had a mental edge over those guys that we was able to win, but we shouldn't have been there. So it's tough, definitely, and that's why it hasn't been done a lot. For the guys that's here, you know, you have to pull from something else to motivate you, to get you, you know, to feel that hunger again like you had in that first year. I mean, that's sports. It's tough, but with the new guys here, you know, you got guys that's never been, guys that's hungry. Obviously, Isaiah is one of them who's out, but Jay and Derek and guys never been. So, you know, hopefully, we can eventually pour from that, and everybody wants to see the other guys that came here succeed and get to that pinnacle that they got to.
Can that mental edge that you guys had over Indiana and the Cavs have had over other teams, can that still be there despite a lot of the turnover?
I don't know. It ain't there right now. Jeez, ain't nobody afraid. Teams are coming here to whip our butt, and they whipping our butt. So, I mean, one thing I did notice in Miami, we used to, teams was a little afraid of us a little bit. Ain't nobody afraid. They come here kicking our butt. So, maybe at some point they get there, but not right now. Everyone's playing free. It's early in the year, and everything's going right for everybody but us. And we got to figure it out. That was luck. Good?
Okay.
Thanks. Do you have an update on Tristan?
Not yet.
Do you at least expect him to miss tomorrow night's game?
Oh, yeah, he's out tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he's not even
going with Crowder?
Yeah.
Ty, not to give away any secrets or anything, but you guys were over there talking at the center court for a while. What exactly were you guys doing?
I can't remember. Can't remember.
Does this give Channing an opportunity?
Yes.
How much do you need his shooting right now? I know
we need your shooting right now.
No, you don't.
Shooting.
You need my shooting. Go home.
I mean, we just talked about it, just a second ago. We're getting good shots. I mean, makeable shots that guys make. Just not making shots right now. So, it'll be part of conditioning also. When you get tired, but we're getting good looks. And we just got to start making them. I think we will.
It's not working well for almost anybody. I understand that. But what is it about Jay and how it's not? He hasn't quite caught on, or it's maybe not playing the way you would hope.
It's just new for him, and as a player, when you come to a different team, just understanding where you're going to get your shots from and how you're going to get them, and getting rhythm shots. And then, he started out the season, he was starting, then he's coming off the bench, playing with new guys, and now he's starting again. So it's going to take him some time, and we know he can make shots, and so we're not worried about that. We just want him to take his shots when they're there.
From your perspective, do you feel like the struggles on defense is having a negative effect on the offense?
I think the offense will have a negative effect on the defense. I think when we're not making shots and we're not scoring, I think it becomes mental. And that's for a lot of teams. If you're not scoring, the defense drops. So I think a lot of guys are frustrated that we're not making shots and we're not scoring. It's affecting our defense some.
Maybe that answers this, but after watching all these films, are you convinced that it's just conditioning and these guys can get in shape and can get back, or is it they're just too old to do it anymore?
No, they can. And they're doing everything they can to try to get in shape, and I'm doing the right things. And as coaches, we try to figure out everything we can to help them, with easier shots, better better possessions. So we're all working, trying to be positive and do the right thing.
We may have asked you this already, but as much as these guys work in Santa Barbara, and that's the whole point of training camp and preseason, why is everybody out of shape?
LeBron got hurt, he missed whole training camp.
Sure, but there's 14 other guys.
I'm not saying 14 guys are out of shape, 14 other guys, but the other things I don't want to really get into. But some guys had some off seasons where they couldn't work as hard as they wanted to, and Jay's his situation and some other guys' situation. So I mean, it is what it is. And I'm not gonna keep blaming it on shape. We got to get in shape. We got to play better, and we understand that.
Can you win? Because you guys were pretty bad in transition defense last year too. Can you concede that? And
last year our offense saved us a lot.
Yeah.
We was able to score. The team was scoring on us, we could score. But now the way the game's been going, if you miss 3 or 4 shots, you're down 9 points quick, and that's around the league. So you got to be able to score nowadays, and that's what saved us last year. When we struggled defensively, we were able to score the basketball.
Are you staying with JR at the 2? And
yes.
You mentioned earlier in one of the practices Tristan missing time because of the knee injury. We had conversations with the training staff about whether this calf that popped up last night is related to the knee injury and trying to overcompensate for that.
Yeah, I didn't talk to him about that. Not yet.
I know he's injured and you can't worry about it right now, but how much could Isaiah help this team just with his style of play?
Oh, come on, he's an all-star. He's a guy who carried the team, by himself, last couple of years. So when you get a guy who can score 8, 10, 12 points in a row, when Bron is struggling, when Kevin is struggling, you have that guy who can create and score in bunches. And we need that right now. For guys that can get into the paint, draw fouls, shoot the basketball, run pick and roll. So, we just got to figure it out, and we want to take his time to get healthy. But, we do miss that.
Dwyane mentioned that in the 4 years in Miami that they were together, LeBron, Chris Bosh, that by the 4th year things kind of just fell flat. And do you think that the new guys are helping to overcome that, or is it still kind of difficult to with this same team for 4 years?
Well, it's been difficult because I think with a lot of the new guys, I think offensively changes so much because we changed offense probably 4 times in 8 games because we had different lineups when Dwyane started. And then when he went to the bench, then they all started with different plays then. And then I think, the second unit, they had a little package with JR and Corver, then he had to go back to the starting lineup. So, I just think offensively, they haven't picked it up yet. There's a lot of changes to have, in the first 8 games of the season. So, we just got to keep working, defensively and offensively till we all get it down.
Playing the team, and we had this exact same conversation last year before a game in Washington, and you guys actually went out there and beat them. But you're struggling to play in transition. You can't get back. Now you got to go play those guys who run like crazy. I mean, how concerned are you about what they may exploit? When you get out there and they start running.
If we take care of the basketball, make shots, it's a totally different game. And if you turn the basketball over, have live turnovers, you can't get back. There's no defense for that. So we just got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball, and make some shots to try to keep them out of transition as much as possible. We know they like to push the pace, but we'll be up for the challenge.